This episode, we're going to talk about self reflection. Self reflection, I want to talk about it because when I was in my dark state, I was so worried about all the things that I thought I was doing wrong in a particular relationship that I forgot to reflect on what the things that I did do right and the things that I did bring to the table, even though I was told that I wasn't bringing anything to the table. You know, oftentimes we get so caught up in looking at everything that someone is saying that we are not doing right that we overlook all the things that we doing right, that we have been doing right from the beginning. Because of that, we spend so much time to be like, oh yeah, they said that we did this wrong. But in reality, you know, what is the things that you did do right? They're not bringing that to the table. But here's the thing: if nobody else is celebrating you, I want you to celebrate you, because in the end, this is exactly what this show is about: celebrating you, bringing you forward, making you feel comfortable in who you are. And when you reflect on all the things that you are bringing to the table to someone, you will find that person who greatly appreciate what you do have to give. So I'm going to say this: I'm not perfect, and I don't know what tomorrow will bring, but I am here. And with that being said, I am just saying that, you know, emotional abuse, and I'm saying this again, emotional abuse is real. No matter how people say, or, it is a real. And, when you are being mind warped and thinking that something is different than what it is something really serious. My mind was gone for 9 months, and I didn't even realize that it had taken a turn. So when I got out of this relationship, I had to physically sit down with myself and think about what it is that I am and what I'm doing, because I can't be good to no one if I'm not good to myself. And if you spend all that time thinking about everything else besides what you need to do for yourself to make your mental better, then you're not going anywhere. And, I was refusing to be sitting there stuck in wallowing in this torment that I was torment, you know. So I'm here to say that, sometimes you have to step back, take a look at yourself and all your surroundings to see what it is that you need to do for you. Because on the outside looking in, you will definitely see what you need to do to work on you, and that reflection in the mirror, that you can be like, okay, hey, this is what I need to change, and be the best version of you. And learning from your failures. Sometimes we get into a pattern with these relationships, and we go through them, and it looks like the same situation, just a different person. So, if you go out here and you pick the same person that has the same pattern that you just left, you're going to get the same situation. Sometimes you have to learn from the failures and the trials and errors that you have went through to know what you don't want. But when you self-reflect and you're looking at yourself, you'll know what you're not going to tolerate anymore. You know what you're not going to stand for. You know what you're not going to go through or for or with anymore. And then those people that you used to be attracted to and follow and gravitate to, they will fall off by the wayside, because they already see that that's not where you're at anymore. you know um, these past 6 months have been very mind blowing and opening my eyes to different things that I have not even seen or heard from myself before. I've been doing things that I ain't even dreamed of doing, you know, and with that, you know, I'm I'm grateful because, you know, I thank my ex for the hurt and the pain that was endured on me, because if that pain and hurt didn't happen, I don't think I would be right here where I'm at today. You know, this change came at a time in my life where I'm no longer going to settle or be the person that I was. And I'm grateful for that because, you know, I got a push in a direction that I never thought I could be in, you know. And I'm not going to say that I'm pivoting, but I'm looking forward to where my growth is going, and I'm just happy in that aspect because, you know, before I was just going. Now I'm soaring, you know, and that is something that I wasn't looking for before, you know. Before I was just looking for a partner or a mate, and now I'm looking for a companion, a life partner, a wife, a person that will share my hopes and dreams and aspirations with, and accept me for who I am, and don't have to fear about who I was, because who I was, I'm not there anymore. So that's who I used to be. But if you want to go and visit that, you can have fun with that, and I'm just going to keep going. But the person that I'm going to be with now, you know, accept me for who I am, my hopes, my dreams, my aspirations, and where I'm going in the future. And that's what I'm looking for, someone that is going to ride with me in the future and going in the direction forward. I don't want to go backwards because I've been there, and I don't want to relive that. So, you know, I had to take a quick look in the mirror after everything was over, and I had to see that at this moment, you know, I had to take that moment and look and say, hey, you know, this is where I'm going, this is where I need to be, and, you know, these things no longer serve me, so I have to let them go and move forward and make that change, you know. I had to really look at all the issues that was needed to be addressed. Look at the relationships from both sides, not just my side, but from their side as well, to address the things that needed to be addressed. And look at what I did wrong, take ownership in what I did wrong, and figure out, you know, what things that I could do better to not make the same mistake again. And I had to go and look at how to be a better version of me to find out where I needed to go forward. And seeing and learning and growing in that moment, you know, is a part of finding out where I need to be, finding out where I need to go. And if I get a partner, find out if that partner is where I need to be, if they fit into my life, you know. No more of just settling because of that's where what it is. And, you know, sometimes you do that, sometimes you don't. But, you know, now you know that you have options. I have my friend here right now. But when you find that you have made that pivotal point and finding out and reflecting on what it is that you need to change, you know, then there will be a chance for you to do something different. And you don't have to worry about all the strifes and heartaches anymore. You know, it's just smooth sailing after that. Once you find out what it is that you need to do for you, you know, and don't let nobody else tell you what you need to do for you, because only you know what you really need and not them. You know, some people can give you advice, But you gotta also remember, people who giving you advice sometimes don't have their stuff together either. So you have to really take that in account of the advice you get from people, because sometimes you can get advice from someone who really don't want to see you succeed, you know. So that self-reflection should be your reflection and not what people tell you or think about what it is that you need to do, you know, because sometimes people are only there to hurt you, you know. I had that to happen, you know. I saw it coming, but it was nothing I can do because it wasn't my situation, you know. The person was in the relationship more than I was in the relationship, and they was miserable and they was trying to make the other person miserable too, you know. But everybody else around them saw it but them, you know. And the self-destruction of that person was warping off on the next person, and then they want to know why their relationships wasn't working well, because you have a person in your ear telling you about this when you should really be the one that's taking control of your own relationship and not worry about what other people say or think about your relationship. Because sometimes people only in it just to see you go down, and that's a terrible situation, especially when you know that that person's supposed to be your friend, your family, your relative, you know, someone that you confide in. So be careful of that, and when you self-reflect, make sure it be your self-reflection and no one else. Thank you. See you next episode. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode, and comment below and tell me something about yourself, because I am Dax